Today, we are now accepting applications for the Motivational Brand Ambassador Program. This gets you 30% off our entire store and access to new drops. Apply now by clicking the link in the description and be the first to join the Motivational Brand Ambassador Program.
The hard truth about life is we are trying to rush. We want everything now, and if it doesn't come quick, we will abandon it. Success takes time.
Even if it's not easy, even if it's hard, it's easier than not doing it and wishing that you had done it.
The moment of truth is here. The question is, are you ready? Are you prepared? Do you have the strength? Do you have the mindset?
So you got to get disciplined. And you got to eliminate all distractions. And you got to get hungry. And you have to protect that hunger.
You don't get here by quitting when you're tired. You get here by quitting when you're finished. When you're done.
I get it done, even if I'm just going through the motions. I go through the motions.
Easy won't give you what you need. Easy won't push you beyond your limits. Do you think you have the mindset now? Do you understand what it means to get into what they call beast mode? But I'm here to let you know right now, ladies and gentlemen, it ain't about being beast mode. It's about life and death mode. It's about putting it on the line. It's about pushing yourself and giving it 110% of everything you got. There is nothing that you can do once you're here except finish what you start.
You don't stop when you're tired. You stop when you're done. You stop when you complete it, when you execute it. Execution is worship. And so I execute for my mom. I execute for my grandma. I execute for my sister. I execute for those kids in the hood who are looking for a role model. That's why I wear the hat with a PhD. That's why I wear the J's. So when the kids in the hood look at me, they say, if E.T. can do it, I can do it. That's why I can't quit and give up, even though I get tired just like everybody else.
If you're going to have the legacy that's going to last, the legacy where you can pass something down to your children's children's children, it is going to take time.
You should be a monster. Because everyone says, well, you should be harmless. You don't want to be too aggressive. You don't want to be too assertive. You want to take a back seat. No. You should be a monster. And then you should learn how to control it.
The definition of being aggressive is forceful and sometimes overly assertive pursuit of one's aims. In combat, almost nothing will happen the way you want it to if you don't force it that way. The enemy, nature, time, there's all kinds of things that are going against you. It's a losing battle. And if you don't use force of will, then you're not going to get it done. What it means is you need to make things happen. This is the good thing about being aggressive. Sure, there's certain parts of your nature that are aggressive, but it can also be trained. You can start to think with an aggressive mindset, which is I am going to take action. I'm going to overcome obstacles. I'm going to push through roadblocks. I'm not going to take no for an answer. And those are things that you can train. There's so often times where people, they get told no or they hit an obstacle and it's game over for them. They're just done. They're done training. They're over it. And your attitude, you have to go, okay. Little roadblock, cool. How am I going to get through it? How am I going to get around it?
What I need you to do is evaluate yourself today. Evaluate yourself to see where you are in this race of life. Many of you don't even realize that you've been racing to the finish line. This life is a race. Some of you need to be pushed to start running because you've been walking or you haven't been moving for so long. You don't even know that you're in a race that all of us are competing to win. But it doesn't matter where you finish. It matters that you run after your goals and your dreams. The way to live is to run after your dreams, to run after your goals, and to run after that finish line. There may be things in your life right now that's holding you back from running. But you have to break through those things. They're there to hinder you. But you can't let it force you to stop running. Chase your dreams. Chase your goals. I don't know the situation you're in right now. But the situation that you're in is not your future. It's not who you really are. It's not your full potential. The sky's the limit, but it all starts from within. It's all up to you.
You should be a monster.
You have to be hungry for greatness.
Execute. Execute on the things that you said you were going to execute on. Kobe said, "Why would I pass the ball to you when you haven't even trained properly?" I used to always wonder, like, why is my man hogging the ball? He's like, yo, why would I have confidence in somebody who's getting to the gym late, who's leaving early, we losing, doesn't seem to care that we losing? Why would I give the ball to you? And I'm like, yo, genius. My whole career is contingent upon what you do and what you don't do. Yeah, I'm taking this. They shift my thought process because I'm like, here I am judging from the outside. Why aren't you being a better teammate? But the real question is, why aren't you being a better teammate by seeing my energy and matching my energy? Because we're on the same team with the same goals. We have the ability to, no matter what our circumstances are, get better. Well, you don't know me. If you knew me in 2002, you don't know Eric Thomas. That was the 5.0 version. This the 14. This the EP14. You don't know who I am. And I would just say to people, yes, it takes a lot of work to become a new model, but it also takes a lot of work to suck, to be average. It takes a lot of work to do that as well. There are a group of people that feel like it's okay not to execute because I'm not feeling okay, because today was not a good day, because all the stars didn't line up. Yo, despite this happening, I owe it to myself to still be the person that I dreamed of being, and this setback will only be a setup for a comeback. We owe it to the people who follow us to not stay where we are, but to take it to that next level. Being in a room with somebody who's executing and operating at a high level, and I'd much rather put in the work and live this experience. Yo, we have opportunity. You have an opportunity of a lifetime. Whatever you do, don't waste it. Get up and go make it happen.
Don't give in to the immediate gratification that is whispering in your ear. Shut that down. Go through the motions.
I always tell people the best thing you could ever do is force yourself to a schedule. Just write it down. Like today I have to do an hour on the treadmill. I have to do an hour, no matter what. Even if you're walking on it, you're doing an hour on a treadmill. The next time you're going to do it, just, okay, you did an hour and this is the amount of miles you got in. Next time you're going to, add 3 miles. Put an extra 3 miles in that 1 hour. Make a Monday, Wednesday, Friday workout schedule. Give yourself some time off, Like don't even crush yourself to the point where you can't do it. Make it so that you really appreciate those Tuesdays and Thursdays. But on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you're going to get after it, and this is what you're going to do.
Lift the weights, sprint the hill, work on the project, get things done.
You You're waiting for someone to give you the opportunity. You're waiting for everything to line up. You're waiting for all the situations to come together perfectly. And I'm telling you, you cannot wait. You got to start working right now.
You got to recognize what it means to sacrifice, what it means to be powerful, what it means to be strong. When the weakness starts to talk to you and whisper sweet nothings in your ear, you got to recognize that there's work that must be done.
This is what I do. This is my lane. This is your lane. You gotta murder it. Last thing, you got energy. Don't play with me. When I say again, you got that energy for the next 100 days. I need to feel your soul in this room. I can? Come on, I can? Come on, I can? I will. I must. Come on, I can? I will. I must. Give yourself some energy. Come on, give yourself some energy. Do you 100? Let's get it done.
Look yourself in the eyes and say, I can, I will, I must.
Don't live in the mundane. Don't stay in the messy. Don't stay in the madness, but make room for the miracles. We get so caught up in the mundane that, man, where's the magical? When we were kids, it was like, can we play? No, but you got to clean your room. But then, can I play? Remember, we were always looking for magic. When I went to Disneyland as a 7-year-old and I saw Tomorrowland, Frontierland, and I saw all these different lands, and I saw Mickey Mouse up close, Donald Duck up close, the fireworks show at 9:30 at night, my life changed. It was all about a different perspective. From Compton, California, and the things I saw there, going to Disneyland, it was literally only like 40 miles away. 40 miles away, I was about to have a life change. It's another vantage point. We've heard it before. Mindset is mind to set. Your mindset is mind to set. You begin to see those things that have not yet happened as though they're possible. Because then you get the miracle mentality. All of a sudden you're thinking uncommon, not normal, not regular. Before I became great friends with Oprah, I saw myself being great friends with Oprah. So when we started talking a lot, it didn't throw me off. I've envisioned these conversations. I saw it before it even happened. It's a destiny, it's a faith, and it's the power of the imagination. When Robert Downey was working on some of his projects, he did not see Iron Man coming. You never know when you will become a superhero. And that's the beauty of life. You can go from being challenged, having difficulties in your life, wondering if you're going to be stuck in that same place, to the next thing you know, you are soaring in places that you could only have imagined. I simply align myself and then I cooperate with what life is asking me to do. So the book, The Miracle Mentality, teaches you how to get through the mundane, the messy, the madness in all areas of your life and embrace this miraculous life that you've been called to live.
2014, I was executing a training exercise with my team. A simple exercise that we had all done. And a part of that exercise is the completion of an obstacle course. Now, like I said, we had all done this before. So as we traversed through the obstacle course and got to the very end, there was only one thing that we needed to do. And that was just climb a rope. Now, just like what I said, we had all done this before, so a simple task as climbing a rope would be nothing for us. I approached the rope and began to climb like I don't know what happened. I don't know if the ropes were new, I don't know if I was just fatigued, but for some reason as I got halfway up there, I came back down. Thinking nothing of it, I shook my arms out and began to climb again. And just like last time, I got halfway up there and for some reason I came back down again. Now at this point now I'm starting to think like, what's going on with the situation? Is my pack too heavy? Is my boots too tight? Am I just too fatigued? So I grabbed the rope and I climbed halfway up there again. And next thing you know, I come crashing down. I as I continue to keep climbing this rope and as I continue to keep crashing back down, the rest of my team has already finished. And now everybody is staring at me. Stuck with a simple situation. Do I continue to keep climbing or do I walk away from this situation? So I climb again. And each time that I climb, my hands, they get tight. Each time that I climb, my hands, they get blistered. Each time that I climb, I come crashing back down. At this moment right now, I realize that life is about to teach me a big lesson. That if I quit right now, I will betray the faith that my team has in me. That if I quit right now, I will burden the next man with my troubles, with my failure, with my struggle. At this moment right now, if I decide to quit, I will unknowingly adopt the mindset of a quitter. What people don't realize is that each time that you quit, you invite the idea of quitting to the table. That every time that something gets hard, that spark, that itch, that urge of quitting comes out. And every action that you take on that idea, every time that you decide to quit, that urge, it becomes easier to scratch. But each time that you face some type of obstacle in your path, that urge, that itch, that gnawing feeling of quitting, it comes out. It becomes easier to use. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but you weren't born a quitter. You were the sperm that made it to the egg, and when your mother brought you into this world, you weren't a quitter yet. Even as a child, I know you weren't a quitter then. Because as you learn to walk, you will fall on your face and you will pick yourself back up and you will continue to keep moving forward. You weren't a quitter yet. People become quitters when they stop believing in themselves. They stop believing in themselves and they start believing in what other people think of them. They stop believing in the words that they say to themselves and they start believing in the words that others say for them. So when they're faced with a situation that they can't get over and they ain't got nobody else cheering for them, they start to come back and start to quit. Each time that you quit, you betray yourself. Each time that you quit, you betray the faith that others have in you. Each time that you quit, you betray the opportunity that life has given you. And at the end, you're left with maybes, ifs, and tries. And for those who are foolishly enough to put their trust in you, you betray that as well. And when faced with that very existence, like faced with that possibility that I could be the one that could let somebody down, like I could be the one who has to put the load on somebody else's back because I am too weak to be able to carry it, I grab the rope and I continue to climb despite how bad my hands hurt. I continue to climb despite how my forearms locked up. I continue to climb despite how many times I wanted to walk away from the situation. I just knew that there was a possibility that if I quit right now, I'm gonna quit when someone needs me the most. So I stayed. And for 2 hours, I stayed. And I continued to climb until I completed that exercise. Because one thing that I have realized is that it's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. That the people to my left and my right, they depend on me to carry my load. They depend on me to carry my task. They depend on me to complete my half of the job. And if I quit right now, I'm gonna forever be a quitter.
Oh, I know you're looking at your life and saying, oh, this is not much. And I know you're looking at everything and you're waiting for something to happen. But I promise right now, you have enough wisdom to build legacy. Right now, you have enough gifting to build legacy. Right now, you have enough relationships to build legacy. Right now, you have enough energy to build legacy. Right now, you have enough money to build legacy. And you can't wait around and hope and wait for the day everything comes together. You have to start building legacy right now.
There are things that you have been called to do that you have never done. And there are things that you have been called to do that no one on earth has ever done.
That conversation that you're having with weakness is not gonna build you. It's not gonna push you. It's not gonna lift you. You got to be responsible. You got to be capable. You got to be willing to work for what you want.
You're gonna have days where you suck, but those days are so motivational. I mean, that's the bright side of tragedy. So when you come through it, you really will have an appreciation for the moments without tragedy. you don't really feel it unless unless life burns you. You don't really feel it.
Because motivation will get you going. A speech will get you fired up. But discipline is going to give you the power to stay committed to whatever that goal is.
You cannot ignore the small successes and the small wins because you just have your mind on I gotta win now. You might have to scratch your calendar. That's right. I know you said I gotta have this much money by the time I'm 23, and I gotta be at this place in my life by the time I'm 34, and I gotta be at this place in my life by the time I'm 40. And guess what? Sometimes your timeline isn't accurate. Sometimes your timeline is off. Sometimes your timeline has to be readjusted to reality. And the reality of the situation is that true success, true greatness takes time.
You are not here to play games. You are not here to make excuses. You are not here to owe it to someone else. You need to owe it to yourself because it belongs to you. This is your moment to shine. And if you're not willing to shine, then step aside. If you're not willing to work, then this is not the place for you. You got to toughen up. You got to look up. You got to build up. If you want it, this is the time to go get it. But you got to work for it. You got to believe in it. You got to trust in it. You got to let the power flow through the veins. The blood is real. The blood will push you. It's going to take you up and over the top.
You stayed on the righteous path, the disciplined path. You stayed on the real path, which is right where you know that you belong.
You got to go through it to get to it. You got to understand that there are going to be many circumstances that will require your full, undivided attention. You got to go through it to get to it. You have to understand it has to be a unique mindset. Setting a goal and then going beyond it. Realizing that there's work to be done. Making sure that all of the strings are attached. And make no mistake along the way. Now it's true that we all make mistakes. And we will have many setbacks. But there's always room for a comeback. To understand this, you must realize that you must humble yourself, but yet be hungry enough to go after it with everything inside of you. Everything that is required depends on you. Having the mindset that regardless of anything that is around you, that is surrounding you, that is trying to drag you down, you must have the mindset. You must be strong. You must be resilient. You must be driven. And you must be able to take whatever's coming at you. If you stumble, if you fall, have the ability to get up. But you can't depend on just your body to do the work. You must understand that it's the mental fortitude that will get you through it all. So many people don't have this fortitude. They don't have this attitude. They have no faith in themselves. If you as the individual can take the first step, then perhaps many more will follow.
There's always going to be ups and downs in life, man. There's always going to be bumps in the road. Things that ain't going to go as planned. Unexpected stuff's going to happen. You're going to face some pain. You're going to face some tough times. And if you ain't trained your mind to be prepared for it and how to handle it, it's going to break you. The secret is to work on your mindset daily. Work on the way that you see the world. Otherwise, you'll live your whole life seeing the world through someone else's eyes. You'll be a creature of circumstance. You'll be a victim of your life and not the master of it. Read books, listen to audios like this one. Start learning about why you do the things that you shouldn't do and why you don't do the things that you should. It's all because of the way that thing between your ears is wired. But know this, you're in control of rewiring it whenever you make the decision to do so. At any moment, you can take control back of your life and start creating the life that you deserve, not a life that someone else has paved out for you. And when all of the struggle comes, all of the bad times, all of the dark times come around, which they inevitably will, you'll be strong enough to take it head on, and it'll make you rather than break you. You have greatness inside you, let me tell you. Unlimited potential. But you have to train your mind. Every single day, things are going to happen outside of your control. The weather, terrorism, coronavirus. But you can't control any of that shit. All you can control is how you choose to look at situations. You can control the information that you're letting in. Never forget that you can have anything in this life that you want if you're willing to go and get it. You've got to have belief. You've got to have belief, and that belief comes from working on your mindset every single day. Remember this. You can be a victim of your life or the master of it.
Do you realize how difficult it is to be different? Does that mean you're supposed to stop? Shame on you if you don't have enough strength within your mindset and in your heart and in your soul. Listen up. Yes, I'm talking to you. You've been put in a position where you ultimately doubted yourself. You've been told over and over again that you're not that great. You're not that good. You started to believe in all of these things that you have been told most of your life. That is your fault, because you had more faith and belief in the people that doubted you instead of believing in yourself. You're not supposed to start at the top. You got to grow it. You got to believe in it. I never told you that it was going to be easy. In fact, you don't deserve it. If you can't struggle through it, you don't deserve it. If you can't hurt from it, you don't deserve it. Nobody should have that much success in their lives if they didn't put nothing behind it. We don't know the story behind the story. Yes, there are people out there that cheated their way. That ain't got nothing to do with you. You need to focus on believing in yourself, taking pride in yourself. You do what you gotta do. You do what you need to do. And feed your ideas, feed your dreams, because they're starving right now. You can't push yourself forward if all you're thinking about is the doubts and the negative things that people are saying. Because you're relying more on their ideas and their dreams of you instead of you relying on your own dreams and ideas of yourself. Why would you want to surround yourself with people that don't have ideas that are great? Why would you want to surround yourself because of a number? You know, a lot of people tend to wonder, oh, how many friends they have and how many people in their corner. Well, I have 1 million followers. I have tens and thousands and thousands and thousands of people that support me. How many of those people do you actually know? Do you realize the power that you have right now? Even the people that don't like you, they are drawn to you. They see you, but they don't see your greatness. They don't see what you truly have inside. They are afraid of it. They don't lift it up. They don't encourage it because they're not happy. Today, recognize your true beliefs. Stop thinking that the rest of the world is against you. You have a few people that may not ever support you, but you got just one, that one person that matters the most, and that is you, my friend, you. So work. Dig a little deeper. Support your ideas. Nourish your ideas. Feed your dreams. Make them a reality. Believe in yourself. When everybody turning their back on you, believe in yourself. This is it. You're not done. You're just working. And if you're working, you're growing. So keep up the good fight. Stay tight and never quit. This is the moment of your time. This is the moment of your life. This is the reality check that you deserve. I'm not here to make you feel warm and fuzzy. I'm here to tell you the reality is real. So be real with yourself. Understand your value. Don't depreciate yourself. Realize that there is more to you than less of yourself. Keep focusing on your purpose and tell weakness to step aside because strength is coming through. Be productive. Look up, and from the bottom of my heart, conduct your business.